Articulating the party's position on the matter during a Friday morning press conference was PPP General Secretary Barry Jagdeo. According to Jagdeo, there are discrepancies between the figures quoted by President David Granger in his January the 10th speech and Agriculture Minister Noel Holder.
The President goes on to say, expending $48 billion in financial support to the industry since 2011 and $32 billion over the past 30 months, a rate of about $1 billion per month. Now, when Guyanese hear this figure, they will say, yes, it can't be afforded because this is a large sum of money. Let's look at what Holder said on the matter. Holder said, over the past 7 years, government pumped $48 billion in Guysuco, $600 million in 2011, $4 billion in 2012, $5.36 billion in 2013, $6 billion in 2014, $12 billion in 2015, $11 billion in 2016, $9 billion in 2017. So when you add this, you'd see $48 billion over 7 years. The president said $48 billion, and he added $32 billion on top of it in his speech.
Having done that, Jagdeo said that the figure was then divided by the number of months. As such, he said that that is how the figure of $1 billion a month was arrived at. According to Jagdeo, however, this does not add up.
He overinflated the figures by 2 times in his speech to the nation. And Holder gave the accurate figures. Now, even in those figures, you would see for the period 2011 to 2014, the average of $4 billion per year was given in subsidy to Guysuco. Between 2015 to 2017, $10.6 billion average. And now that is impossible. It's more than double, almost 3 times more subsidy they gave in the 3 years. We need to have a full-fledged investigation whether this money was given, how it was spent, and knowing the nature of this government, I suspect that a significant part of this money may have disappeared. And if they were so good at management, then it should have deteriorated. The figure should have deteriorated, not increased.
Government had announced that it will pay 50% of the severance benefits to dismissed sugar workers by the end of this month. This commitment represents over $2 billion in severance payments, with a paper seeking to appropriate supplementary funds being laid and debated in the House. It was during this announcement that President David Granger, in a speech read by the Prime Minister, spoke of $48 billion being spent since 2011 on the industry. As a consequence, he has stated that the government could not sustain the sugar industry. For the Evening News, I am Jarrell Bryan.